Uh, what's going on? Looks like so. Bonnie's waiting for her guitar. It's coming Monday, I guess. Right? It'll be interesting to see which guitar you get this time. If it's like a Martin D35 or a D28 or something like that, just say yeah, we're good. So commercial. Um, if you get a commercial, it means I'm making that money. I don't know how it's played. I was just listening to it just now because you brought it up, Bob. Is it? It's in 7 though, right? Dun, 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 dun. Yeah, and it's cool because it has that to kind of set you back. It doesn't feel like 7. It's fun when they. It's fun when they do an odd meter, but they don't make it feel too much like an odd meter. A lot of times when songs are in odd meters, you feel like they're really trying to show off that they're playing an odd meter, so they make it real obvious. I mean, I like Take 5, but it's such a great groove. 5 is such a great groove to play when you play it that way. 4, 5, 1. And it doesn't really feel like 5. Even the melody, you know. What was it? You could, Avito, you could use the strumming. You can use any of those, any of the strumming groups for any tuning. It really doesn't matter. I mean, if I'm going to play in DADGAD, I'm usually going to be finger picking, not strumming. So that's just me. Most of the time when people are using DADGAD, they're finger picking. So let's see who's here. Let me say shout out. Let me give shout outs. Avito, Bruce, Gary, thank you for the so I'm assuming there's a text limit to how many characters you can put in a chat, in a single chat. That's interesting. Oh, yay. As the results from Bonnie Lee negative. Was that, you got a biopsy on a knee thing? Was that was that a biopsy or were you getting knee work done? Okay, Peter, Pepper, I see you, Pepper. AJ, Bob Schumann, Jim Horst, Ed's here, Peter's here. Going up. Keith R, good to see you. So far, having a good day. Slept in a little bit today, which was nice. Yeah, if you get one of those D35s, definitely keep it. Hey, David East End, good to see you. Everybody's starting to get busier and get back to work. Tom Beck's here. Saturday is obviously is going to be less of a day for that. Dennis is here. Roger's here. Roger's the court engineer. Gary's the court. I'm the court jester. Gary's the court Moses. AJ's the court scribe. So everybody's saying their hellos. Oh, the negative was for me, the COVID test. Oh, you got the COVID test. Did they think you had it? Did you have symptoms? You know, they're getting a lot of false negatives and false positives on these tests. So who knows? I just saw a guy on ABC News that had it, but he didn't get intubated. Thankfully, he actually the doctors. I think he was a doctor. Doctors listened to him, and he asked for like oxygen with a special mask. I forget what kind of mask it was, but it was hey Texan. There's a special mask where you forces more oxygen in, and that's what I'm hearing is that the people are not dying of COVID. They're dying from altitude sickness because their organs aren't getting enough oxygen. So they just need oxygen. This doctor was saying you don't need to intubate them, which is horrific. You need to actually just give them oxygen. But this guy that was being interviewed, he tested negative 4 times. So it's like, gosh. But I'm glad you tested negative. Did they test you for antibodies too at the same time? Okay, yeah, immunosuppressant meds. Yep, definitely. And Bob, did you do the nose one where they do the right turn and go down 3 blocks, or did they do like more of a blood test? Hey, Chandler, or Christian Chandler, good to see you. You're in SoCal too. All right. Well, we're going to talk some more about. We were working on. Yesterday was a total mess. I don't know what happened. I mean, I know what happened. The stream didn't happen. It was my upload speeds were like in the high 2s, low 3s, which I guess isn't enough. I think being Friday, people start to get back to work maybe. I'm not sure, but it was really, really slow. So I walked to get coffee this morning. I got my libations. So make sure you have some libations handy, not necessarily frothy libations. I had a band in high school called Frothy Libations. Cheers. But I noticed that like every shop was open. They're just like, we're just gonna open. They're tired of sitting around at home doing nothing and making no money. It's like, yeah. So I'm gonna play the 12 string I think a little bit just because I really like the sound of it for 6/8 stuff. I'll move this down a little bit. I got a drum groove here that I can play. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. 1, 2, 3. So we take that very first the top right groove right over here. Over here. I make a lousy weatherman right there. Man, that's all they learn at weatherman school. It's 4 years of them learning how to do this because it's really hard. It would take me 4 years to get it done. 1, 2, 3, 2, 2, 3, or 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Now these are all downstrokes. Sorry, I'll change from E. We've been doing this back and forth between E and E sus, just because it's a very easy change. We don't have to think. But the reason I'm changing is because I don't want you to lose track of where 1 is. So we'll always try to change on 1. It was really actually almost kind of hard when we were doing those syncopated ones on the other pattern, the 4/4 pattern. But so E would be like this. Let's see. 0, 2, 2, 1, 0, 0. And E sus would be this. I'm trying to get this out before somebody texts. Ooh, success. So they're right next to each other. So real simple. If you can play E, you should be able to play E sus. And I'm using Logic, and that's drummer. So if you're doing 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. You can strum up on any of those in between. Yeah, 2, 3. Now, the bottom right one, right there, boom, right there, is solid 16th notes. So it'll be down, up, down, up, down, up. It sounds like this. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Pretty going to have 12 strums before you change chords. 1 and 2 and 3 and 2 and 2 and 3 and 1 and 2 and 3. Everybody's asking about Bonnie's guitar. Monday. Okay, so that's that one. But that one's not very common. I don't do that one very often. But the next one is probably the most common one, the middle one, right there. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Boom, chugga, lugga, boom, chugga, lugga, boom, chugga, lugga, boom, chugga, lugga. So that one, and then the third one, which is over here, boom, right there, somewhere around there. We have a down, and I would keep my arm moving. So but then you go 1, bum, bum, down, boom, a lugga, boom, a lugga, boom, without the chug, a lugga. Oh, I gotta check that out, Jim. Yeah, I am on Acoustic Guitar Forum. Shoot, you can't post a link though, can you? Put this down for a second. Yeah, it's been a crazy journey with that guitar. I can't believe it. I mean, and you know, Sweetwater's generally pretty good. I've never had a problem really with them, ever. So it's just that's kind of surprising to me. Where's the acoustic form? Yeah, I know. Yeah, there it is. Did you? So was it in? Why is it not? Okay. What form was what part of the form was it in? Do you know? Shakalaka. It could be any of those, Vito. Chuggalugga. Chuggalugga could be Chuggalugga, which is I think what Chuggalugga. Is Sweetwater preferred to Guitar Center? Well, I mean, one advantage to Sweetwater is you don't pay sales tax. I don't think because they don't have any factories or warehouses in anywhere else but Indiana. So, whereas if you buy from Guitar Center, they're probably going to charge you. Oh, it's so funny. This shirt almost looks like it almost looks like the buffering symbol, doesn't it? You know, pawn shops always seem to know the thing about pawn shops is I think part of and I don't know really about the business model of a pawn shop, but they generally almost don't want to sell anything. I think the business model is that basically they give you very little money for something that's worth more than what they're going to give you, and you can get that thing back if you pay them back that money with interest. And of course, they charge you like 25% interest. I think that, and so basically I've always felt like things at pawn shops were overpriced for what they were. And I think a lot of times, like if they give a guy $100 for a guitar and put it in the window for $300, the guy's going to think, oh, I want to get my guitar back because I can get that $300 guitar back for $100 plus, 25% or something like that. So I think the goal is less to sell stuff and more just to loan money. But I could be wrong. I don't know. Has anybody here ever run a pawn shop or worked at a pawn shop? because I've never felt like the prices at pawn shops are particularly great. And they don't really know how to take care of guitars, so if a guitar comes in with issues, they probably wouldn't take it, but, you know. Yeah, Avito, yeah, it could be a Shaka Laka, Boom Chugga Lugga. Yeah, Chugga Lugga, that's from Bill Murray's, I think that's from the movie Stripes. So, so the last one here was. Notice I'm keeping my hand moving. Okay. And two. Sorry. So it's 1 and 3 and 2 and 3 and 1 and 2. Okay. Now, if you get rid of those other two 16th notes and you just do the down, the up, the down, the up. So like right here, this note here, you do that note and that note, and then get rid of these two notes here. Whoops, I'm going in. I've got to go in front of the. Get rid of these two notes here. This is really hard. Okay, there. Then what you're getting, which is really, really cool if you can get it down, is a 4/6 feel. So you're playing 4 notes in a span of 6/4 measure. So it would be this. Those are really dotted quarter notes or dotted eighth notes. Sorry, those are really just 4 dotted eighth notes, and that would add up. If a dotted eighth note is equal to 3/16, so 4 times 3 is 12/16, and that's what you have in this bar over here. Okay, you see that? There's 12/16 in that bar. So if we go over to this bar here and get rid of those other 16ths and make those dotted on the 1 and the end of 2, make that a dotted 16th and a dotted 16th there like it is. The purple one, I accidentally left purple. And then make that and of 2 in that part of the beat. Then it would sound like this. But notice I'm keeping my arm moving. So that can sound like 4/4. So let me play that over. Oh no, bummer, Christian. Let's see. Let me play that beat. 3, 4, 5, 6. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. A cool feel to be able to, kind of break it into almost more of a 4 feel. I love that. So again, it's one of the fun things about 6/8. Now, the next screen I had some more syncopated ones, two different syncopated ones, and then I took the second one there, the one right here, and I took the second half of that and matched it up with the one. So just to show you that you can kind of go back and forth between feels within 6/8, and it really, nobody ever seems to care. You can go straight. And then end this. Okay, but these 3 down here are syncopated. The first 2 are syncopated. The third one is a one non-syncopated first half and a syncopated second half, okay? And so we can start out by actually tapping on our leg. Let's see, I'm confirming I'm wearing pants, and I'm going to touch my face so you can all take a sip because everybody's getting thirsty. Christian, that's part of the drinking game we have here. If I touch my face, that's just one of the rules. You have to take a drink of something. So most everybody's got coffee or water or something, but there might be some beers out there. Let's see. So Christian, let's see. You're still in the beginning of learning. It's all new. Heck, I just bought a Squire Telecaster and I'm restringing it today. Yeah. Tellies are hard to restring too because you got that. You need to cut off some of the string. Oh man, you've already broken an E string. Yeah, I mean, Strats have, the winding just goes right. Oops, why are my ears following my guitar? Okay, the windings just go a wrap around. You run it through the hole like this. But on Tellies, for some reason, the hole is down in the center, and then you bend the string. So you kind of have to cut the string a little shorter, but you still want to have like 3 or 4 windings around the thing. And so I've done that. I've cut it too short many times and went, dang it. Where you're like, oh, I need to cut this shorter, and you cut it short, and then you put it in. It gets like not even one way around, and you're like, oh shoot. It's like, what do they say? Measure twice, cut once. Okay, so that pattern, go a little even further. Okay, so the normal 2, 3, 2, 2, 3, 1, 2, 3. You can put the accent right on the 1, 2, 3, 2, 2. Yeah, I would consider it, AJ, I would still consider it to be syncopated if it starts and ends on an upstroke. Oh, if it ends on an upstroke, no, because any non-syncopated pattern could very likely end on an upstroke. It's more the thing for me, the giveaway for a syncopated pattern is if there are 2 upstrokes in a row. And so you can see in the one on the bottom right, technically that's not syncopated because you have 1 and you have down, up, down, up, down. Up, down, like that. So you have a down, up. You don't have 2 ups in a row. But in these, we actually have 2 ups in a row. If you look at it, starts out with down, down, up, down. So it's like dun, dun, it's like dun, 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 dun. It almost sounds like a shuffle. It is kind of a shuffle. I would think of a shuffle being more of a 12/8 feel. And you wouldn't write it that way. A 12/8 feel you would probably write out in triplets. It would look differently than that. Yeah, it's just different. But is it? Oh no, video's buffering. Dang it. Do you accent? It just depends. You can accent any. It depends. I mean, wherever you want to put the accent. On these, I'm putting on, let me check my speed. Dang it. Oh, man, that bums me out because we had this struggle all day yesterday. And I'm not uploading or anything. It's Saturday, too, so it should be pretty chill. So basically, the way that sounds, 1 to and 2 to and 1 is weird. I mean, I would write that totally different in 12/8. And then the next one is dun 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 1 and 2 and 1 and those are almost all upstrokes. If you look at the middle one right there, it's almost all upstrokes. It's down up up down up. Okay, so let me play it at a faster tempo so you can kind of hear what it sounds like. The first one sounds like this. Yeah. It's slower, it's like. All right, let's see what my ups. And it says I'm 12 megabytes. So that my upload speed is 12 megabytes. So it should be fine. So it's not my end, I don't think. It's just something sweeping across the country. Oh, but I see it there. Dang it. I see it on the... But I've got green here on my app, that app, the OBS. Oh, no, here it goes down. Okay, thanks, Pepper. I'll check it out. You sent it to Discord? In the meantime, I'll send I'll put up the Discord link. Let's see. Oh, you must have sent it to the Facebook. But here's the Discord link. In the meantime. Sorry, so many websites, buttons to hit. Let's see. Oh shoot. Okay. Yeah, that's not good. That's weird. Why are they doing that? Because I've got fairly green here, unlike yesterday. I'm just checking out what Bonnie sent me here. All right. Okay, let me send this. Yeah, something's... Oh, that's a bummer, Vito. Okay, try that. Try logging back in. But see, and it says excellent connection here, and it says green here. But I do see a spinning beach ball or spinning thing here. Maybe if I stop, it'll go back. I hate when it does this because now it's like, yeah. Oh no, it's dropping. Gosh. So frustrating. This may be the last one we do. If I can't get this to work, there's no point in doing it. Thank you, Michael. Sorry about the tech problems. Not on my end. Right now I've got 12 megabytes upload speed, so that shouldn't be a problem. Yeah, it's showing good here. Let's see if it's showing good. No, well, the live thing is showing weird. Let's see. Stream health. Stream is healthy, it says. Yeah, I don't know. Analytics. Oh, yeah, it dropped off. I can see where I mean, I had up to 30, almost 35 viewers, and it dropped down to practically nothing. That's so weird. Okay. So we're continuing to talk about... Now, so the thing I like about 12, the 6/8 feel, is that you can go back and forth between different feels. And so that third one is me doing the basic one that's non-syncopated, the boom chug-a-lugga one, and then going halfway through the bar, changing up and going to that other one. It's almost like you could have two guitar players and they could be doing two totally different grooves over 6/8, but it all seems to work out. Down, up, 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 down, down, up, down, up, down, up, 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 down, down, up, down, up, down, up, up, up. Hey, Mark. So it's just cool. Like I could combine this first one here. I'll do the first half of this one and then do the second half. I'll make it do that. So it'll be like this. I love it. It's just really, really, it's really cool how that, it can just go back and forth. Now, if I play, like I'll play that second one. Let me play the drum groove. And again, I'm using Logic, and this is just drummer. And I've set up a 6/8 groove in at 60 beats per minute. So it goes like this. first one. Sorry. That second one, it sounds like this over the groove. 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Again, I'm just going E sus, and one and two and. Okay. Now we listen to this pattern. It's very, very simple. Kick on one, kick, 2, 1, 2, and then the hi-hat's doing eighth notes. So 1, 2, 3, 2, 2, 3. Dun, dun. Very, very simple groove. Now I can make that more complex. Let's see how much more complex we can make it. Not much, but we'll see. And that's still 6/8. Yeah, I'm just going back and forth between some of these patterns. Let's go back to the stop that drum thing. Okay. Yeah, it's weird how it's kind of oh, well, I couldn't, Adam, I can't do that right now. Are you talking about these little examples here? I'm just telling you, right now I was mixing it up, so I wasn't doing any one of these. But if I refer to it, I'll just say the bottom right one, or the middle one, or the bottom left one kind of thing. So, and actually what I was doing, the one pattern that sounded kind of cool was I was doing the first half of the first one. That, so down, down, up, and then I was doing the first half of the third one here. And so the 1, 2, boom, chugga-lugga. So it sounded like this. And I like that because it when you get to the new chord, in this case E, you have a little bit more space, and then what you do, it's like you're taking a running start into the chord change, okay? So if I were to do a chord change instead of just E to E sus, it might be something like this. I'm glad the video. That's 6/8 2. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. It's just a great feel to play. Now that was a lot faster. I think that may have been like close to 120. May have been double tempo. So let me do the drum machine at 120 and see what it sounds like. It's probably still not as fast as I was going, but let me try it. This 120 is faster. It's kind of fun. It's pretty busy too. I wouldn't necessarily want it that busy. If I could really simplify it. Could add some shaker, or go add tom instead of hi-hat. Or go cymbals instead of hi-hat. It's an amazing drum program. You can just change things so quick. Anyway, all right, so let me see if I got some questions here. I'll probably swap out guitars. The video seems to be working right now. Let's see. Major buff, auto restart. Yeah, it seemed like the restart. Everybody had to restart, which stinks. I hate that. Ugh. There's the Discord link. Is it possible to lower the resolution? On your end, yeah, maybe. On my end, it's not possible once I've started the stream. That's something that I can only do. And I have it set on the middle setting. There's 3 stream latencies. Actually, that's just this latency. I don't see where I can set. Probably here. Settings. No. Let's see, video. So the base resolution says, and I can't change it right now, is 1920 by 1080, and the output scaled resolution is 1280 to 720. Let me see if I can see what the options are. It won't even let me, because now that I'm streaming, it won't let me change anything. But that might be a thing I could do. I could try that tomorrow, maybe. Well, Vito, it just depends. I mean, Vito's asking me, what are your thoughts on putting guitars in cases daily? If you don't have a problem getting them out, I mean, my recommendation is, to have a guitar. If it's a new thing for you, if guitar's a fairly new thing, you're going to forget to practice or to play or whatever. And if you have them in cases, you might, out of sight, out of mind. You may forget, but if it's sitting on a stand right here next to the sofa by the TV, or in your office, or wherever in your bedroom, you're probably more likely to pick it up. But if you don't have a problem with it, getting it out of the case and everything, for me, it's like I just don't like to have a bunch of open cases lying around. So I have a bunch of guitars over here that you can't see. I have, let's see, 3, 4. How many up there? There's 9 up there. That's 13, 14, 15, 16, 17, 18, 19. I have 20 guitars out of their cases right now in my office. But this is what I do all day. So it's safer in the case. You can maybe humidify it better in the case. Although if you have 10 guitars and they all have humidifiers in the cases, you have to open up all those. If you have guitars you don't use very often, you're going to have to remember to get the humidifiers wet and put them back in. Or I have a humidifier here that when it's really dry, I just kind of kick that on for a couple hours. Yeah, and so it just depends. And if you have a really nice guitar, yeah, you might want to. Bob, I have a feeling, Bob Schumann, you play a lot. You're always playing. So, but if. And I have some of my, finer instruments are in the cases. Sorry, adjusting light. Some of my finer guitars are in their cases. Oh, I got this ukulele out of the case too. And this ukulele, I put a low G string on it instead of a high one. Normally, it's my dog has fleas. But this tune is really hard to see, especially with the light in my eyes. So basically, a ukulele is tuned like if you were to bar at the 5th fret of your guitar, the top 4 strings, the same notes, G, C, E, and A. So this. I made this one fretless. Yeah, I mean, I've got a soprano uke with a high G string on it, which is the proper way to tune it. My dog has fleas, you know. But yeah, see, Bobby, I'm not surprised. So, oh, I changed guitars. You're right. The transition to guitar to ukulele is super easy. Ukulele to guitar, not so easy. Although, if you've got a little kid that wants, my son Alex kind of started on the ukulele. And it wasn't so much so he could start fretting chords. It was more so he could start strumming strings. And like when my son was, I don't know, 14, 15 months old, he could groove like a madman on the guitar. He had a right hand that just solid groove. He plays drums. My son, he can... He's pretty crazy. He plays piano and everything. So he's, but hey, Becca Cat is here. Oh, Jan, you're here. Yeah, yours are in the room. Yeah, exactly. And again, if I wasn't doing this for a living, I wouldn't have this many guitars. There'd be no reason to, but I'd still be playing guitar. Yeah, it's weird. I mean, if I think about retiring, what does that mean? I don't plan to retire. I feel like that'll happen if people stop calling me for work. But like I said, everybody I work for is a lot younger than me for the most part. And so as long as they keep working, it seems like I'll keep working. So what did Pepper say? My dog has flea treatment. Let's see. So let's see. The 6/8 thing though is a lot of fun, and I could have come up with a lot more patterns. Oh yeah, and yesterday I was talking about this a little bit. I kind of want, but we can mess around with playing in. Check this out. So now I am going to pull out the old. I am going to pull out old school for this. We're talking about the difference between 3/4 and 6/8. And 3/4 and 6/8. Basically, you have. Sorry, let me close this before I get ink all over everything. You have 6/8 is a lot of times counted in as 1, 2, and then 3/4 is counted in 1, 2, 3, 1, 2. 3/4 is more like a waltz. Boom, you know, boom. Like if you were to hear something like, "Hey, I'm changing guitars. Everybody take a sip." Right? That's a waltz. That's 3/4. But if we played the same thing like this, I would call that 6/8. 1, 2, 1, see, 1 and 2, 3. See, because I'm going there. But if I went, that would be 3/4. 1, 2, 1, 2, 1, 2, 1, 2, 3. And so what we can do is, we can practice with playing eighth notes and accents on our lap. We can actually play this. So what we're going to accent are the where I have the numbers written. So it'd be 1, 2, 2, 2, 3, 1, 2, 1, 2, 1, 2, 1, 2, 3, 1, 2, 1, 2, 1, 2, 1, 2, 1, 2, 3, 1, 2. So like you could count that like 1, 2, 3, 1, 2, 3, 1, 2, 1, 2, 1, 2. Oftentimes, like when we do 7/8 or something like that, we might count it 1, 2, 1, 2, 1, 2, 3. 1, 2, 1, 2. We break everything up into either twos or threes. You could do the same thing with 9, 8, 11, 8, 13, 8, whatever. Indian music is often in 13, 8, and 11, 8, and 17, 8. It's crazy. I don't know. I don't know how they keep track of it, to be honest. But like 7, 8 would be 1, 2, 1, 2, 1, 2, 3, 1, 2, 1, 2, 1, 2, 3, 1, 2, 1, 2, 1, 2, 1, 2, 1, 2. And so 6, 8 you can think of as 1, 2, 3, 1, 2, 3, 1, 2, 3, 1, 2, 3, 1, 2, 1, 1, 1, 2, 1, 2, 1, 2, 1, 2. So that's what I'm doing right there. So I'm going 1, 2, 3, 2, 1, 2, 3, 1, 2, 3, 1, 2, 1, 2, 1, 2, 1, 2, 3. And all those eighth notes are equal length. 1, 2, 3, 1, 2, 3, 1, 2, 1, 2, 1. Yeah, no, Bob, I totally agree. I think if I mean, my question is, I don't know if I stopped working, would I keep playing guitar? I don't know. I probably would because I probably if by the time I stop working, if I'm old enough, yeah, Bob, yeah, don't watch the news. The if I stopped working, I don't know if I play guitar or not. I'm sure I would. I can't imagine not playing guitar. That seems weird. And again, I don't think I'd ever technically retire. I mean, all the Rolling Stones haven't retired, so why would I? But yeah, I mean, I think I would write. I would probably try to practice, learn stuff, work on songs that I wish I had learned earlier or something. But my goal is to try to keep relevant as far as being able to play everything I'm playing. My job doesn't necessarily require a lot of heavy lifting, so especially if I'm staying home. We're just a couple of wild and crazy guys. Let's see. What else here? Sanity's overrated, Jim says. Yeah, there's a fine line between clever. What is it from Spinal Tap? Fine line between clever and stupid. Let's see. Anybody seen This Is Spinal Tap? I actually saw them live, and I saw them live at the Greek Theater, and I was in the front row. In fact, I was right in front of Diane. This is where's Diane? I'm just kidding. This is not much of a story. And it's funny because CJ, who's my friend now, and I talked to yesterday, he he's a music director, and yep. Got any favorite lines from Spinal Tap? Put them there. But so I went to see Spinal Tap years ago at the Greek Theater, and it was I was seated in the front. I had front row seats, right in the center, and behind me was Christopher Guest's wife with their kids, Jamie Lee Curtis. She was sitting right behind us. But I swear, you will, and there were so many people there. I saw just a ton of people at the show, and then there were a bunch of people on stage playing with the band and stuff. That was really fun. When they did Big Bottom, they had like 20 different bass players, and it was everybody up there. And then, yeah, Wild and Crazy Guys is from Steve Martin and Dan Aykroyd. Steve Martin's great too. So we're sitting there, and they do Stonehenge, and of course the big bit from Spinal Tap is where they have a Stonehenge monument that drops from the ceiling, but they scaled it in inches instead of feet, so it's only about this big, and so it drops down from the ceiling. Well, in this show at the Greek Theater, they did the same thing, and it drops down. But there was a banner over the stage. The whole, Spinal Tap brought to you by Depends Diapers, because they were getting old. And so Depends Diapers keeping Spinal Tap dry and rocking. and then when the Stonehenge came down from the sky, it had a Depend diaper on it. It's like cross marketing. It was pretty funny. Uh, and Yes, D minor is the saddest of all keys. There's so many little inside things. Tom, when he plays that, let's see. Let me add a piano. When who is that? That was Nigel playing that, right? When he's talking about the saddest of all keys. Dang it. Where? Oh, right there. Okay. Let me put in a Bosendorfer grand piano. So he's like, was it D minor? That's it. And then he goes, right? He plays something like that, right? So he sings the melody. It's brilliant. He sings the melody. Yeah, I didn't recognize Giovanna Ribisi. He sings about da, 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 da. He sings a melody, and it's just the root of each chord. It's such an inside thing. It's like the most boring melody you could write over there. It's like, it's like this. It's supposed to be this beautiful, this beautiful piece of music, and he just is singing the root of the chord. It's like brilliant inside stuff. I love it in the back when they're trying to find the stage in Cleveland and they can't, and like the little sides. And the crazy thing about this movie is they improvised. They were kind of given the scene and they pretty much improvised everything. And I have had DVDs and VHSs of it with the outtakes and everything, and the cut clips. I've seen all of them. They're all up on YouTube now. Yeah, it was Lick. I think it was Lick My Love Pump was one of them. Yeah, exactly. And but they're lost backstage, and then they come around and they come into they see the janitor again, and he's trying to explain to him how to find the stage. You're going to want to go this way, and it's just like this crazy directions, right? And at one point he says you're going to want to take a jog to the left, and then Nigel says, "Well, I haven't had time for that. I don't have time for a jog." Just it was very throwaway line, but it was really funny. You don't want to take I didn't notice it like the first 5 times I saw the movie, but then he's like, "You're going to want to take a jog to the left." He goes, "I don't have time for that." Like he's telling him to go for a jog. It's like, oh my gosh. That kind of stuff. That's a brilliant movie. Mighty Wind is very good too. I mean, but Spinal Tap will always be my favorite of all those Christopher Guest movies. And actually, that one wasn't Christopher Guest. That was a what's his name, Meathead production. So, but you saw him live in Santa Monica at the benefit for Fred Walicki, the Gathering of the Clan. Turn that page. Well, actually, it's funny because I just saw. Was it last year? It was last year. A friend of mine did all the string arrangements for the bass player's new record, Derek Small's record. So I saw Derek Smalls in downtown LA at a club there, and Rob Reiner. Thank you, Peter. I saw Derek Smalls, and so we had. Actually, it was festival season, so we sat wherever we wanted to. And CJ was playing keys. And let's see, Steve Vai came out and played guitar. Who else came out and played guitar? Lukather came out and played guitar. He had a regular guitar. And who's the drummer? It may have been, don't think it was not Greg Bissonette, who's normally Spinal Tap's drummer. And they actually did some shows a couple other places, but not really. They were going to do Australia, but never really worked out. Don't think they had enough interest to justify, because they wanted to do with an orchestra. In fact, I think the orchestra was actually playing live somewhere else. It was a remote orchestra, which is crazy. But it turned out pretty good, though. Oh no, there was actually some orchestra for the orchestra pieces. There were orchestra on stage, and then yeah, I forget what he called it, what the tour was called. But anyway, I have some footage. I don't remember if it's on this phone or on my other phone from it, and it was pretty classic, gags kind of stuff. So, very fun. Um, and I've met Derek Smalls. In fact, I played for Howard Shear's Christmas party. He has this benefit every year that he does, and I subbed for Steve Lukather a couple of years ago for that. And that was, and Lee Sklar was on bass. So I got to play with Lee Sklar, which was a lot of fun. We've known each other for years, but yeah. So there's so many great Spinal Tap moments. And then they did a record, and I love the record has a song on it called "Clam Caravan," which clam is a term for when you make a mistake, like if you're trying to, you musicians, it's like. Let's see. I'm trying to make a clam and I can't do it. Or whatever. But when you make a mistake, the record came, when you open up the CD, it had a little piece of paper, black and white, little printed piece of paper that's sitting inside the thing. It said, errata, a mistake was made. Yep, thanks, Bruce. That it's supposed to be calm caravan, not clam caravan. So there was a typo, and they included a little piece of paper pointing out the typo. Yeah, obviously it was playing all the whole time, but it's just like you never name a song clam, like clam bake would not be a good name for a song. It's just like you're asking for trouble. That's it. That is basically, let's see, that second pattern right here. Changing D to D, let's see, D sus, to D open, D2, to D. Yep. So it's kind of like he's doing the first half of this bar is this pattern, okay? Boom, chugga-lugga. And then he goes up to this pattern here, all right? Boom, for the second half, because he's doing the climb. And then he goes back down to this pattern here, and then for the rest of the progression. Like I said, this is the most common groove in 6/8 that I think. Yeah, it's a beautiful. Well, it's a 12 string, so it just sounds bad. What was it? I'm doing it in 8. I'm doing it 4/4. It's always fun to do, like, take 4 instead of take 5. All right, so let's see. What are some other things we can talk about with 6/8? Finger picking patterns. I'm changing guitars again so you can take. Anytime you're using a pattern that kind of climbs up and then back down. You might call that 12/8. There's one bar. So you could count it like this. 1, 2, 3, 4. Because 12/8 you usually count in 4. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 7, 8, 9. It was like someone said, I can play in 7. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. 1, 2. Right? That's 7. So, all right, I'm going to take a sip too. Although I'm almost out of coffee. It's very sad. And Avito, you asked me, are you still there, Avito? Avito's been here pretty religiously. Jim's saying nope. Jim's saying Avito's not. Did Avito take off? Did he say something and then leave? Because he asked me a question on. He asked me a question. Where? Yeah, you haven't seen him in a while. Oh shoot! It's freezing up again. Everything looks good on my end. Moses back in the house. Yeah, Avito usually goes to bed. But it was interesting because he sent me a YouTube video of a church service. It looked like a kind of a Russian Orthodox kind of service. And they had liturgies and things like that. And he said he wanted to be able to play like the last song on the, and it was What a Friend We Have in Jesus. But the guitar player was playing it very jazzy almost, I want to say jazzy, but just a lot of chord substitutions. It was very, very busy. He wanted me to figure out for him, but I was like, I wish I had time for that. But I did tell him, I said, find a very simple arrangement of it, and then in the key of D, and then start listening for the substitutions. Because at one point he even went to the C chord, which is out of the key. He was almost like the song kind of sounded like a, and I could put it in, hey, Kathy, good to see you. COVID shower, yeah, right? That's funny. I go to the grocery store every day because I got to get my coffee. That's the Starbucks I usually walk to is drive-through only, and I'm not going to drive 1 minute to wait 20 minutes in a car line. So they kept the one open at the grocery store, so I just go there. Usually I'm the only one in line there. So, what was I going to say? Now, how did you know Kathy was here before? Oh, there she is. Okay. Yeah, it was buffering a little bit yesterday, but my speeds are much better today. I don't know why it's buffering. But right now, I'm not, it's my OBS software. Well, now as soon as I say something, it drops down to orange and reddish. But it's been green almost the whole time. So I never noticed it until yesterday. Oh, I'm so glad. So maybe you got laid off on Thursday. Gosh darn it. What industry were you working in, Kathy? And the other thing, you can, like with 6/8, you can also kind of choke it. You can mute it. You can. And that pattern is kind of like this one. Oops. This one here. And I'm going to that top one. So I'm playing kind of like this pattern. Bump, ba bump, ba bump, down, down, up, down, down, up, down, down. That's crazy, Kathy. Who's WW? Oh, West, is that, yeah, I'm self-employed too, Peter. I'm a goose. Oh, Weight Watchers. Yeah. Dang. They laid off 20,000 or laid off thousands of employees. Wow. Yeah, because nobody wants to do that job, so they did it with a phone call. That's like a Zoom conference, a pre-recorded Zoom call. So lame. Although I'm not exactly sure how Weight Watchers can't survive in this. I would think that I've been joking. I've been trying not to gain my COVID-19. It's like the freshman 15. It's like too many people have been gaining their COVID-19. In fact, a friend of mine was just, my friend I was talking to yesterday, he just said he can't wait because Monday he can go to his gym and work one-on-one with his trainer. He's like, we'll be allowed to do that. So I would think that there would be a huge market for people wanting to lose weight. But again, it may be one of those things where it's like, yeah, but if I don't have income or a job or money, I'm not going to spend money on it. I can lose weight without just by eating less. And maybe it's just funny because a lot of people are making more money from unemployment because you're getting unemployment plus the $600 a week. Some people are making more money from that than they were making before. And I just read this article in this Baltimore restaurant that wanted to reopen, and the employees won't come back because they're making more money in unemployment. Now, this extra $600 will only last to the end of July. Yeah, Gary, I think you're probably fine in the insurance industry. I mean, I've been paying my bills. The only thing is that I think State Farm is going to be giving rebates because nobody's driving, so they're not having any accidents. And I turned off the insurance on my car because Beth got laid off, so she's not working. And so we just, to save the money, we'll use her car when we go to the grocery store. I mean, where else are we going to go? Christian, you're welcome. Yeah, oh, I see. You're not thinking me. It'll all start coming back soon. Like I said, here in California, even, I was walking to get my Starbucks and all the shops were open again today. Just today's the first day. They're like, nah. The governor said May 15th. We're coming back May 15th no matter what the city says. So, yeah, 10%. I'll take 10% back from... Yeah, I don't think it's going to be a lot. Homeowners insurance isn't going to change. This is car insurance that they're going to give rebates on. But I pay insurance on 4 cars, so it might be a decent amount of money. Oh, if they don't go back to work and not, could they? I don't know about that, but we're gonna find that out soon enough because Beth got a 1 week job at the school district helping in the library, so they're gonna pay her for a week. So we'll see if the unemployed insurance will shut off, and then she has to reapply again or something like that. But you got 21. I haven't got anything yet from State Farm. I mean State Farm. But Kathy, I'll be lifting you up. So sorry, I'm kind of. I need to. I should have come up with more grooves, but and these are pretty hard. I'm not sure how easy it is for. This is the first one, bottom right. And again, with these grooves, you don't have to be super precise. You can kind of. You have to keep the time going, but you don't have to do the same pattern every bar, or even within the bar, you don't have to keep the pattern. You can do variations on it. That's the fun of 6/8. Like I've been saying all along. Oh. that's 4/4. Sorry. So that second one again is down, up, 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 down, up, 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 down, up, 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 down, up, down, up, up, down, up, up, down, up. Yeah, I was playing earlier a piece that I wrote. It was. That's in 6. Do a bar of 9. I go. Let me try it with a thumb pick. I gotta practice more with the thumb pick because I keep breaking thumbnails. I just got my thumbnail all shiny because I put some of this stuff on it. I'm gonna try to grow it back. The nail tech. No. So frustrating. I see it dropping down here now. More Than a Woman, maybe 6/8. More Than a Woman to Me. Yeah, More Than a Woman to Me by Billy Joel is also 6/8. There's a lot of songs in 6/8. Dang it. What is going on? I wonder if... Yeah, I stopped it and started it again. Sorry. I stopped it. Let me see. I stopped and started it again. Because I wanted to see if I could change the aspect ratio or the what is it here, the set in the settings. Let's see the video. Yeah, I tried to change it from 1920 to 1280, but then what it did was it made all the video like really big, so and it moved everything out, and I would have to reposition everything or redo all the scenes. So I'm like, no, I'm not gonna do that right now. It's funny because this was all default settings. So, well, I don't think so because when I checked, Bakucat, you're saying maybe too many people on Spectrum service online. When I checked, I had an upload rate of about 12.9, I think. And so that was a lot. That's the highest I've ever seen it. Usually we're in the 4 to 6 and we're fine. It's when it gets down to the high 2s, low 3s is where we get into trouble. And I see the little thing going red here. So it says excellent, but I'm not buying it. Yeah, I mean, we've had as many as 42 on concurrently, so very blurry. Dang it. Yeah. I'm thinking it's a YouTube issue. So frustrating. Yeah, Always a Woman, Billy Joel. It's yeah, that's so 6/8. That's 6/8. Boom. Dun, dun, dun. I mean, you could maybe call that. No, I think it's a really solid 6/8. You could maybe call it a fast 3. 1, 2, 3, 2, 2, 3. Walt. Dun, 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 dun. Boom. Chop, chop. You could say maybe it's in. Let me pull up the chords on that because I. Wait, wrong one. Oh, here's the Discord link, by the way. So you guys, if you haven't joined Discord yet, you can join this group here. So let's see. Oh. It says it's in D. It's not the right chords. I hate it when somebody does charts and they're like, not even close, guys. Yeah, see. Oh, interesting. Well, this is not untrue here. This is like an official kind of a lead sheet version, and it says 12/8. She can go with her, and it goes right into 6/8, which they didn't need to write 12/8. And then so a bar of 6/8, then a bar of 9/8, and then a bar of 6/8, and then a bar of 9/8, and then a bar of 12/8, and then 12/8 and 12/8, and then 6/8. So yeah, but the reason he was being very Dylan-y with that. Yeah, so like I don't have a capo for the 12 string right now, but that chord's right. But some people don't write out the right. But the interesting thing is that he's kind of doing a Dylan thing there. Dylan would do that. We talk about. Remember when we talked about how important it was to. Oh no, really? Dang it! What the heck? Okay, let me check my upload speed again. You can hear me though, I think, right? So the reason that I think that those charts are like bar of 6/8 and then 9/8 and then 12/8 and whatever. Is because he just would put a pause afterwards. Keep in mind, he started out playing in bars and singing covers and then doing his own songs. Yeah, see, my upload speeds are pretty good. Oh, it's okay. It started out at 7. Now it's at 5.9, 6, 6.1. So it should be fine. Yeah, it's 6 megabytes per second. That should be plenty for this. So it's happening somewhere else, but I could see it's really dropping off. But I think what he was, he's doing is like he's putting pauses and he doesn't know exactly like where he's going to go next because he's often was accompanying himself, and so he could sit on a phrase as long as he wants to end and then come back in. You wouldn't do that, So he. So he ends up adding extra bars or extra beats to each phrase because the song breathes better that way because he's filling up with so many lyrics. Man, this is really frustrating. On a Saturday that it's doing the buffering thing. So I'm wondering if it's something between, because I'm seeing that, I'm assuming this is some kind of bounce back thing. It says dropped frames 57% right now, which is a lot. It shouldn't be that high. So what is this? There's no more information here. It's not my CPU, is it? It can't be. Although I hear a fan going. Here, let me go back to 60 here. Well, when the lights go down. Yeah. You know, that could be 12/8 too. When the lights go down in the city. Yeah, I think you're right. I think it's in 6/8. Yeah. I should compile a list of 6/8 songs. Because like I said, it's such a great feel, and it's really, you know, like one of those. It's almost anthemic. It's one of those the cigarette lighter, you know, kind of song, you know, feels where you kind of. And clearly, Journey wrote that song to be an anthem for a stadium and everybody getting their cigarette lighters out, which is funny because now everybody has the fake cigarette lighters on their phones, right? So, let's see. Oh, lots of picking songs in 6/8. Anything that goes like this. Anything that's, you know, like that. And you could, I mean, that could be also in 3/4. It just depends. But like this pattern, if it goes, you know, down. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. If it was, let's see, if it was, let's say it was something like that. That would be 3/4, I would think. 1, 2, 3, 1, 2, 3, 1, 1, 2. Yeah, 6. Yeah, Norwegian Wood is in 6/8. But that's not really a picking song. But there's definitely when I yesterday I Googled songs in 6/8, and there were a couple I was surprised. I was like, oh yeah, that is 6/8. Let's see, songs in 6/8 meter. So let's see if I can find somebody that like. These drums. Playlist here. Let's see. Some rock songs, but they don't have to be Broadway songs. 6/8. Let's see if somebody's old friend Simon and Garfunkel. "We Are the Champions" by Queen. Lights, Journey. There you go. "How Can You Mend a Broken Heart?" How can you mend a broken heart? Norwegian. And How Can You Mend, oftentimes I think is probably written as a 12/8, more of a shuffle. London Bridge is falling. London Bridge is falling. I don't know about that. Let's see. Chili Peppers. Crazy Little Thing Called Love? No. We Are the Champions. You can sometimes this guy's saying, "Oh no, that's in 12/8." It just depends. Um, this is songs in 6/8 time. Because by the Beatles, yeah, because that one's another one where I would think, oh, Darling's another one where I'm more leaning towards a 12/8. If it feels like a shuffle, like a blues shuffle, I'm gonna say it's 12/8. At 50s, those are more 12/8 or 3/4. Call Me. I don't think Call Me is in 3/4. Yeah, any of the like Hey Paula, that's old Stand By. Not 6/8. So I don't know. It's so funny. This is a drummer's blog, and it's like they don't know. Yeah, Manic Depression, Lonely Day, System of a Down, Piano Man. Piano Man probably is 6/8 too. I think Billy Joel probably had several songs Piano Man or 6/8. I Touched My Face. Kiss from a Rose is 6/8 for sure. Wow. Yeah, there's so many that are like, yeah, it's tough. Some of these I would say they're 3/4, and some of them I would say they're 6/8. Subterranean Homesick Alien by Radiohead definitely is in 6/8. And I do Tears for Fears, Everybody Wants a Ruler. Everybody wants a ruler. I guess you could say Everybody Wants to Rule the World is in 6/8. That's a fast 6/8. So I don't know. Okay, I think we're probably yeah, flat picking. Oh, sorry. I thought you said finger picking, Peter. But yeah, it's yeah. I would say Norwegian Wood's flat picking. House of the Rising Sun would be finger picking for sure. That's a good one, Bob. And Gary has a cover of that one, I think, right? Oh no, Gary did. That was the other one, the Wreck of the Edmund Fitzgerald. So I'm not sure what's going on here with the stream, but it's frustrating me. Sweet Baby James. Oh, is that one? Yeah, it's tough. I'd have to hear it. I don't want to play it because I get in trouble. But Sweet Baby James. I'm trying to remember how that one goes. I may need to get another coffee today. Last night, Beth was like it. She was like, "Hey, she was like Jones. We should get a Slaughterhouse 5 pizza from Numero Uno's." And I'm like, "Oh yeah, we should." And then she goes, "Oh, I'll just make chicken nuggets and salad." And I'm like, "Well, you dangled the carrot in front of me now." We ended up we went the lower calorie route. We didn't get the big thick fat pizza. Finger picking is what you meant. Yeah, okay. Yeah, so I think House of the Rising Sun would be one. I'll try to put together a list. I mean, I guarantee you there's songs. There's a lot of album cuts. That would be the hard thing. Is like, hits wise, are there a lot of famous songs that are 6/8? Not as many, obviously, as 4/4 is going to be the most common. That's why it's called common time. If you ever see the C there at the beginning, that just means 4/4. It's shorthand for writing 4/4. I never understood that, but. So I think the buffering is not stopping for whatever reason. I'm going to quit Safari. I'm going to quit Mail. I have very little software open. I can eject a hard. Nah, that wouldn't affect anything. I don't think it's on my side. Oh wow. Full screen projector preview. Oh, I see. And when it's blurry too, when it's when it's buffering. Oh wait, where's the OBS software? hide? There we go. It was hidden for some reason. Okay. So, oh, I must have hit. Oh, that's weird. Okay. Stay. Don't hide. All right. So let's see. What have we done? Memories. There's some strumming there. Some. Oh, you know what? This groove here. It has like a 6/8 feel almost to it because it's got that triplet, that accenting the upbeats, every other upbeat. But it's really. It's like 1, 2, 3, 1, 2, 3, 1, 2, 3, 1, 2, 3, 1, 2, 1, 2, 1, 2, 1, 2. And you could literally count this as 1, 2, 3, 1, 2, 3, 1, 2, 3, 1, 2, 3, 1, 2, 3, 1, 2, 1, 2. And that is a total of 16 notes. And that would be the bottom one here. Maybe go full screen image for a while. Yeah, I don't think that's the issue. Here's full screen, just the image. You're saying, Vito. Oh, so were you there, Vito? I was talking about the what a friend we have in Jesus that YouTube you sent me. I would start out with a like. What a friend we have in Jesus. I would start out with a very simple version, and then listen to what all he's doing is doing every substitution in the book. It's really funny because it's like this. It's almost a caricature of someone playing too many chords over a song. But it was any. I mean, it sounds like a bored guitar player playing a lot of chords. He even goes to C at some point. But you can try Vito. You can try doing a very simple version of it, and then start listening to what he's doing. And then when he changes and he gets off of a chord, then try to figure out that one chord one at a time and learn all those subs. And he's doing a lot of bass line movement too. You know, it's not quite cowboy sounding like that, but he's doing more of a jazz thing. But he's putting some jazz chords in there. I think he even did like a minor. He even did something like that. It was. So what you want to learn is like a jazz reharmonization, I think, is what's going on. So Gary, triplets in 4/4 is 12/8. So like if you do. All those 50s songs, you know, those are all technically, I think, in 12/8. But you could say because see, here's the difference. When you write a triplet feel in, when you write a triplet feel in 6, so I'm gonna find that pen. Or I'm sorry, when you write a 12/8, it's usually written like this, right? And a lot of 50 songs have that boom da da boom da 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 1 2 3 4 5 6 7 8 9 10 11 12, or you go 1 and a 2 and. But if you wrote that same feel in 4/4, it would look exactly the same. Except you'd have to write a 3 underneath each one of these groupings to indicate that those are triplets. So those are the exact same feel. 1 2 3 dun 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 I don't know, Kathy. Oh, Dennis, I don't know. Are you getting rid of um, so you can write, but see the thing is, if you're going to do this feel, instead of having to write a 3 for every one of these, you could just write it this way. And so it's a little bit more of a, to put it in 12/8 is kind of like a shorthand of triplet 4/4. Both are right, but like in, if you wanted to go dun dun dun, dun 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 dun, dun, it's like, that bump bump. You could do this. It's so funny because it's so bump 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 in 4/4 is like swung. So like for example, when we were doing the blues, remember I would do that swung feel, changing guitars. So everybody take a sip, but over the E, right? Believe it or not, those are just eighth notes, but they're swung eighth notes. Okay, if I were to write this out in 12/8 though, it's a lot more complex. It's so funny. It's like sometimes you're like, okay, well, how do I want to write this out? Green sleeves is 6/8. Yes, Bob, that's right. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 1. That's a great example of one. And the theme from Lassie, which is the same song, right? Didn't they use green sleeves for theme for Lassie, or am I messed up there? This is really sloppy, but 12/8, that same feel, dun 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 dun, is here. Would be written like this. So you get rid of the middle eighth note, and you just play the 2 outside eighth notes. So instead of da 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 da, you go da 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 da. So instead of da 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 da, you go da 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 da. And you get rid of the middle eighth note in each of the groupings, and so that's what those are. That's a rest there. So I've seen that too, and that would be the same feel as this one right here, which is like, okay, so this is easier to read and write than this, but this is easier to read and write than that. So most jazz tunes are written in 4/4 or 3/4, and you rarely ever see 12/8 or anything like that. But the jazz stuff is just assumed to be swung, So changing guitars yet again. Guys are getting lots of libation. Oh, okay, it's not the same Lassie theme. I always, for some reason, maybe there was some iteration that. Oh, yikes. But like jazz would be written out in 4/4, but everything's swung. So all the eighth notes are just, they would just be played that way. So, oh, I totally touched my face, didn't I? Yeah. So we're way down on the view count. So weird. I mean, this video seems real clear. That's really loud. Maybe turn down that piano. That's on my day. Quantize that, loop it. Now I got a piano player to play with. So. Okay. I can try that. Let me see. I don't think it'll let me go live without stopping this stream though. And I can also end the stream and do it instead of through OBS. I can go directly through. Yeah, it's just not. I don't. It's nothing on my end has changed, and it says I've got good. But the OBS thing is just not happening. So I could see that it's going in the red. It's green and then red and then green and red. And I don't remember it doing that before. Maybe I never noticed it, but that tells me it's getting issues from the and the stream health. Stream is healthy, no data. Stream is healthy, no data. YouTube is not receiving data for this. Oh, yeah. I mean, it's. I don't know. But I can try that. You guys, I'm going to log off. I'm going to end this stream anyway. And then I'll go to my phone and maybe we'll see how it looks from there. And I could do the live stream from the phone, but I wouldn't be able to use the OBS software, which allows me to do all the stuff. So anyway. Oh, wait. What did you ask me to Tom? I'm not sure if this will help me. Oh. Let's see. Okay. So let me try this. I'll see you in a second on another. You'll get another notification here in a second. Okay. Talk to you later. Thanks so much for watching. All right.